It's Woo Woo Wednesday.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you guys excited? We haven't been here in a hot second because we were very sick.
And an animal died in the basement down here. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I got sick and then I gave it to Riker. And I made more excuses because we think something died in our ceiling. And we could not find it for the life of us. We literally had we have like an extermination service, I guess you could say, like a pest control. That's pest control.
Yeah.
And he went looking for it as well. I think he might have found it. He came with like a black light, and he just couldn't get to it through the ceiling because of issues with the ceiling. But it doesn't smell horribly anymore, and we're not that sick anymore. Welcome.
Hello. How have you all been?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
What's up, Jada, Bambi, Alex, Mama Fry?
We've done a lot.
Brendan, Unholy Presents. We had a very busy day.
Mm-hmm. We recorded 2 podcasts, a podcast and a part 2 podcast. And if you guys haven't checked it out, we had a vlog go out.
Yeah. It seems like you guys have liked our vlog, but we did a vlog where we showed you us redoing our bedroom. And
yeah, we set up our altar tour. We made our bedroom more witchy and shit. I cried naturally. I'm pretty sure every video I'm in, I cry naturally.
I know last time I was here, I told you guys that I had a job. I have quit said job since then.
But I got a job.
But Em got a job.
I'm very excited. It's a crafty job.
What's
it's like
up,
a
Ren?
ceramics job.
Well, I'm glad you're all back. Honestly, same. So, yeah. We woke up, shipped out an order.
Went to the post office, yeah.
And then we went to my now old job so I could collect my final paycheck. And then we came back. We ate some lunch. We recorded podcasts. Then we ate dinner. And now I'm here.
Yeah.
And I want to hear the work tea. Retail. At the end of the day, it was just retail. And lots of bullshit happened and I wasn't here for it.
Yeah. It was in relation to taking off because we were all sick.
Yeah.
So
Em and I were super sick. So I was scheduled 3 days in a row, but I couldn't go to work because I was sick.
Get Riker sick.
So I was forced to go on the 3rd day, only for them to tell me that they did actually have someone to cover me that day. And there was just a lot of passive aggressiveness that I didn't want to deal with. So I quit the first day or first week. Yeah. That's what I was like,
interesting.
It's not. It just was kind of like toxic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of I don't know. I had several of the zone leads, manager type people tell me to get out while I could. And then everyone kind of would just shit talk each other behind their backs when they weren't there. So I heard negative things said about almost everyone. So I pieced out of there because
my fastest job was a day and a half.
Yeah. The quickest job I had was working at a pizza restaurant once. In downtown San Diego, and I was 18. They wanted me to serve alcohol. Because you can serve alcohol. You can serve alcohol
serve it
when you're 18, but I had told them I was not familiar with alcohol because I'm not a drinker. And I was,
and you were 18.
And someone else, Alex remembers when I worked that job. Someone who worked there bought a like beer can or whatever and put it in his bag to go. I was 18. This was someone who had worked at this place longer than me, so I didn't know. And one of the managers like screamed at me for it. I was like, "That's illegal." And so I promptly went to the like management people, because there's like a group that owns like several restaurants in downtown San Diego. And so I went to like the people above the people at this pizza shop and told them what happened. Was like, yeah, I quit. And I think they fired the dude who yelled at me.
Oh. Fair enough, fair enough.
And then a few years later, took a bunch of my friends at TwitchCon to said restaurant, and I have a video of my friend Trev chugging a beer. Because if they had a thing where like you would get like a free slice if you could chug a beer in like 30 seconds or something, and he did it.
My dad used to be a frat boy, and he taught me how to chug beers.
It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
Of your father being a frat, knowing him, I'm like, how was your dad a frat boy?
Yeah, and then him telling me, little goody two shoes that doesn't drink alcohol, how to chug a beer. He basically was like, you start drinking, you start swallowing your first swallow, and then you just pour the rest of the beer down your throat, and you're just gonna feel like you're drowning, but you can do it. That's what he told me.
No,
he was like, he won a lot of the beer drinking contests.
I'm not that bitch.
Which is very frat boy of him, if you will.
I'm not that bitch.
Yeah. So things that my parents have taught me that I have never used and never want to. But you're welcome. The more you know.
The more you know. Oh, I just remembered.
We have a sound. We haven't been here a while. I don't remember any of them. We have a soundboard.
I can't picture it out. Right? I can't.
You guys saw my dad in the video.
I'm like, I can't imagine Steve chugging a beer like that.
Guys, he has a YouTube channel. You should go follow him on YouTube. Okay, I'll find you. I'll give you the link.
What's up, Paula? Yeah, he every time we plug his channel, he gets subscribers, and he's always like tells us about it, and it's hilarious.
I'm not subscribed to him. I have like 20 channels, so let's see.
Yeah, true.
Share, copy. Let me give it to you guys. But yeah, my dad has a channel for his boat. He like doesn't really post videos, but he has 2 up, and he's been filming. He just says that editing takes a lot of time, so I'm gonna maybe label this M's Dad's.
Have we done one of these? I don't think we've done one of these since the like attack dolphins have now been like going around in mainstream news.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about all of this? I wonder if I can pull it up.
Yeah, I thought about making the thumbnail a dolphin being like beamed up into a spacecraft, an alien spacecraft, instead of a like cow, but I didn't think that most people would understood that. But maybe next week we'll have, what do you call them? Kamikaze dolphins?
I mean, SNL did a skit about of it.
I did not know this was a thing until we started watching WooWoo things.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
I don't think
last week tonight with John Oliver.
Yeah. I don't think his thing.
I thought of a psychic dolphin emote. Really? You basically have made all of our emotes, Jada.
This is true.
Also, hi, Paula. Not to call you out, but we appreciate your donation.
Yes, thank you.
I cried, so I like tried to figure out how to respond so that I could thank you, but I couldn't figure it out. So thank you. here.
We do need a dolphin emote for Wednesdays.
True.
I've honestly been thinking about redoing a bunch of our emotes, we'll keep like some of the ones we have in like Discord and everything.
Yeah.
I was thinking about like updating them for like
for YouTube.
for the YouTube,
we
because like
only have so many slots.
Yeah.
So
but it's
when we have
also
more
just,
members, we can get more slots.
I just feel like we don't use a lot of them anymore.
Yeah.
Because
we've changed.
We've changed so much. I mean, we still use them.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I thought about making some new ones.
No, I'm like ready for that. I want to like update everything on the channel. We're like in the process of like making some changes, but we're doing them very slowly because stress.
Dolphin and
lizard.
So, yeah. We don't have any new things for WooWoo Wednesday this week, but we do have plans, as we keep telling you. We want to do bingo cards. We just have been sick and applying to jobs.
Erica also donated cork board. It's not a like rolling one, but I was thinking about propping it up.
Yeah,
we need like an easel or something.
Move that and put it back there. But
I just wanted to
I forgot to bring it downstairs.
To be closer so it can actually be seen.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we definitely need to do that. We need like something to make it closer.
Yeah.
But she also got us like dolphin thumbtacks. So we appreciate Erica for that as well. I forgot to bring it down. We've been very busy today. I've been running around since we woke up.
We've been kind of just busy.
Yeah. I was going to bring it down, but then
we've either been sick or doing things. There's been like no in between, really.
Yeah.
Because even yesterday, we like finished filming the vlog for today.
Need
like
more buttons. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. we have so many.
Yeah.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? That's been our echolalia lately.
Yeah. It's
We've been staring at you and be, what the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
Yeah.
I have to remember like which ones.
My leg.
My leg.
My leg. Also, before we get too into it, if you guys want to submit content as well, we are allowing members to submit videos for WooWoo Wednesday. So I think we should probably give you the link to get in. Let me pull the Patreon link. But I think, if I remember correctly, you can also be a member. It's been a while. I set that up like 3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah. And I haven't talked about it since because we haven't done WooWoo Wednesday. But if you guys are a member on YouTube or Patreon, you will have access to be able to do submissions for WooWoo Wednesday. If you are a free member, you get access to some of the like chat rooms. You can like help choose a theme and stuff like that. But paid members, all paid members, Lilith and higher, will get access to submit videos. And we have mods now, and the mods are going to pull videos for us, which I think Gregor is pulling those up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why.
Oh, I don't think it looks like that. Interesting.
No, but look.
I wonder what it looks like on the stream. What we're looking at, Jada gave us one from... I don't know how to say their name.
What is one?
But it's like red.
Yeah, it's like there's a weird...
Like her face is like bright red, but not... Wait, they're all like that. Huh.
But only on this monitor. Hold on.
And only on that browser, because our faces aren't like red. There's like... It looks like there's like a red saturated filter over top of our TikTok.
Let me see.
That we're looking at.
Like...
But when you go...
It still doesn't look as bad in OBS. I'm confusion.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it looks fine. We should probably also get closer to you.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks fine on the live stream. On the computer,
it's still kind of...
It looks
weird.
Red.
Yeah, it's still... I don't know.
Well, let me see.
This is being... Weird.
WooWoo Wednesday mod proved. That's the second
Yeah, I mean,
one.
it's not the...
Oh, yeah, it's still a little bit red.
Yeah, I'm like, it's still weird. Oh.
Is it changing? Are you guys watching that happen? Huh. Let me know. Do you guys see that changing?
No, you can see it.
Spray on tan.
You can see it on the screen.
Oh yeah, it totally is doing that. What is happening? Riker is just like hovering over it and off of it. Oh, it's glitching colors. Yeah.
What is...
I've never seen that happen before.
Why?
And trust us, it looks about 10 times worse on ours. Her face is like red. All red. Like there's a little bit of red hue that you guys are seeing. Yeah, this is what we're seeing. Chat, are we cooked? I needed to do it.
Chat, are we cooked?
Are we possessed? Is it possessed?
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Why?
Looks fine now. That's crazy. I don't know why that's happening.
My browser. Hold on. Like, is it doing it to YouTube as well?
We're checking some things. You know us. Technical difficulties.
I'm just confused by it.
Yes. Whoa. Crazy. Huh. Does anyone have any ideas? Wild. We're looking at our vlog go from normal color to red. Is the red part of the conspiracy? Dude, I think so.
I don't even know what to search. I don't even know how to troubleshoot this.
Because I'm like, it's just that video too, because the ones on the side are fine.
Yeah, but like hovering over certain things.
Just a video of me crying is fine.
I just...
So weird.
Because it also...
is fine over there.
Yeah, it's not doing it at all on this
Well, what if
monitor.
you put it in, like, on this side? Okay, never mind. I mean, you can try just having it over there.
I don't want to crane my neck over there.
Yeah.
Let me... Please hold.
Please hold. Anyways, let me distract you from what's happening over there to what's happening over here. And I will do that by telling you what we have eaten for dinner. Riker had a quesadilla and I had salad. I've never had salad so much in my fucking life. What have you guys eaten for dinner? Let me know. HDR calibration. Oh gosh.
I don't know if this is going to... If this is affecting... this.
Well, let us know if you can still see us because our screen is black.
It's gone now. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wait. Okay.
Oh no.
Chat, are we cooked? Are we cooked? The whole screen went black. It's fine now. We can see what's going on now. Currently eating Whataburger. Is black again. Oh, do you guys remember that sound? Do you guys like Filipino
I think I
food?
fixed it.
Oh, did you? Oh shit! What did you do? That's
I turned
amazing.
off. I changed turned off HDR, the like color profile.
Oh, It's working now.
So I think that's the only thing I could think of, because I'm like, it's
Mm-hmm.
clearly has to do with the color. It's
Mhm.
not.
I don't know what Filipino food would be considered. Waffles and bacon, breakfast for dinner is always a good move. And cheesy broccoli noodle sounds great. I've never had a pork chop before.
Okay, now I can finish opening.
All of the things. We're back.
everything. Okay.
Chat, we're back.
I've exclusively had Red Bulls and quesadillas today.
Mhm.
I had a quesadilla for lunch and dinner because that is
But you also had cookie dough, so
I did.
and
yeah.
you have a Three Musketeers for later.
Oh, and you have a Snickers for later.
Dude, I'm fucking here for it. If you're looking for it, I put it in the cabinet so the cat won't eat it.
I'll probably have you get it for me later.
I don't really like pork chops. I just don't eat meat so much, so I have like no concept what a pork chop would taste like.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had Filipino food. I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be considered. I would have no idea, no concept.
And Monster, I'm on my second Red Bull because we were doing a lot today.
Yeah.
And I needed the caffeine boost.
I had a quesadilla and a salad for 2 different meals.
Okay, I think we're
Okay.
now.
We're fixed. It's fixed.
I've fixed it. I have solved the issue. I don't know why it decided to start now, but it did.
We have an emote for that. Technical difficulties, so you guys can just spam chat for that.
Truly what we need.
Look. Beautiful.
That's why you need it again.
Wow.
And I can be like, subscribe.
All the things that we did and then fell off for a little bit.
I haven't you know how we have our alerts and everything through Stream Elements?
Yeah.
Stream Elements is shutting down. They just laid off all their employees.
Dude, what is happening?
So now
my affiliate, I used to use kit.co. Kit.co for all of our affiliate links. They just shut down on the 11th. So now all of our affiliate links are just gone. So I have to redo all of that. Yeah. I just don't understand. Where's all these streaming helpy things going? This is my job, people.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out new alert things.
Oh my God.
Probably just use Streamlabs for now.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Gonna have to see what everyone else is doing, right? Holy fuck.
Yeah, the dude that does a lot of the streamer bot stuff made a video on it, and I was like, God damn it, dude. Like,
we were doing good.
So, but are we ready?
We're ready.
I'm starting with the mod approved submitted ones.
So Jada had the pleasure of giving us this mod approved content. We have not seen, either one of us have seen this content.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
The spiritual woo-woo theory that you fully buy into. I will go first. I fully buy into the theory that this world is run by the demiurge. If you don't know who the demiurge is, check out my Gnostic Chats playlist. You'll get the answer really quick. I believe it is a strong possibility that around...
The fuck is a demiurge?
What is a demi?
It sounds painful.
It sounds like a demogorgon. A demiurge is a philosophical or religious concept describing a subordinate artisan-like creator figure.
Is it that snake thing next to it?
I don't know.
Maybe it is a demogorgon.
Yeah, it's a Gnostic concept.
Worker for the people.
Anyways, I just needed to know what a demiurge is.
A demiurge.
2,000 years ago, the elites of the world made a contract with the demiurge that was to last a 2,000-year cycle. Or in other words, Pluto's entire transit through Pisces, which takes around 2,000 years. If you've ever wondered why Jesus or Christianity is sometimes represented by a fish, it is because Jesus rang in the age of Pisces, which symbol is 2 fish. This is referenced many times in the Bible. Jesus was a fisher of men. He multiplied fish for the masses. This 2,000-year cycle birthed.
They don't
the
teach you
age
this in
of
Catholic
patriarchal
school.
So Jesus was a Pisces, is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm taking away from this.
Technically, Jesus would be considered a Capricorn.
But also, okay, does Jesus's star sign change after he was resurrected? Or is it his initial birth sign?
Well, I don't know. I have thoughts about that because I'm like, I don't think he was actually dead, for one, which is probably controversial of me to say. I don't think he was dead. I just think he was like almost dead, and then they just don't have a way of knowing back then if he was really dead or not. But the fish stuff is weird because I don't know about you. I was taught do you guys know the thing you can draw on here?
Oh, yes, I can. Hold on.
This is what I remember from being a child in Catholic school, okay? So, I draw on here, on
Yes.
this one?
Yeah,
okay.
draw the right one.
So, I was taught in school that it was, like, unsafe to, like, follow Jesus or do that religion or whatever. So, people would go up to, like, someone and they would make this...
Hit the check mark at top. You're on an eraser.
Oh, okay. They would make this eraser.
Yep. And then change
This guy.
Yep.
I will figure this out.
Here.
Oh my god. Thank you.
but it's
Okay.
also going to be transparent.
I'm figuring
The thing
it
next
out.
to it. Yep, that. Here, I'll put it.
I only have control over the mouse. Okay.
The keyboard
so
is right next to you, though.
they would hold on. They would make this shape. Okay? They would like draw it in the sand or whatever, and then someone else would come and they would make the fish shape. And that's how you know that they were like cool and like was a part of the religion and agreed with it. But I think the fish thing isn't because they were living in the era of Pisces or whatever. I think it was because they were like living during that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what are we doing? But you know,
I'm proud of you, sweetie.
what I learned in boating school is does anyone remember that? My hamster went into hibernation for 3 days, like fully not there. My theory is Jesus needed sleep. Or he was a hamster.
They didn't teach us that in Mormonism either.
Yeah, I thought, well, this is my theory. I don't fucking know. I don't think he was fully dead when they took him off the cross, and then they put him in that like box for a few days, and then they came back and he was still alive because he wasn't actually fully dead.
I think he's a zombie. The fish symbol was because he fed 5,000 people with fish.
Yeah.
That would suck if you were allergic to fish.
I think you would not be doing so well probably in this part of the world. I don't know. I feel like that's what they eat. I don't know. Don't listen to me, but I'm like, it's not that. It's not because Jesus is a Pisces.
I think it's because Jesus is a Pisces. I think Jesus is a Pisces.
Society and Abrahamic religion. And I believe that the book of Revelation is simply speaking about the end of the age of Pisces and the splitting of consciousness between those who choose to stay in the Piscean patriarchal mindset and those who choose to evolve to a higher consciousness. I believe it can also be interpreted as like a personal journey of your own personal awakening. However, I think that when it was written, that was the purpose. It was a warning to the elites that their contract was coming to an end. And I don't think it's any coincidence that the gods of the Canaanite pantheon are all over the Epifiles. You know, the same pantheon that Yahweh comes from. And if you didn't know, Pluto did change signs about a little over a year ago. We are now in the age of Aquarius. And if 2025 felt like the beginning of the end, that's because it is. They are trying to end the world because they are at the end of their contract.
Who are
and
they?
we're all just collateral damage. Anyway, what's your woo-woo spiritual theory?
Not that.
I'm like, maybe it seems like it's the end of the world because we're in late stage capitalism.
But also, hold on.
That would happen last year, right? Hasn't ended. Well, yeah. Riker's looking up when was the last age of Aquarius. Oh.
Because I've heard people talk about how the age of Aquarius was like the 60s and 70s, and that's why the like hippie anti-war movement thing happened. So
Yeah.
So I was like confused.
Yeah, Pluto takes like 200, I think, years to like revolve around the sun. Don't quote me on that. 200 to 300 or something to revolve around the sun. So that's its transit. I don't know if that's the right term for that either. Don't bring Pluto into this. That poor planet has been through enough. Dude, Pluto has put us through enough. But yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. People have been talking about how the age of a Pluto marks a lot of like big historical things happening, like usually the end of civilizations. So it's interesting that this woman's also putting on the like 5D Ascension stuff on top of that.
Yeah, because I'm like, a lot of like empires last around
Yes.
250 years, and this year happens to be the 250th year
Yes.
of America. So I see people talking about that a lot.
Yeah,
I
that lines
haven't-
up with Pluto.
Yeah.
The transit in Pluto.
Yeah. So hearing that it's like 2,000 years, I'm like, that seems off.
Well, I
That
think
seems-
she's saying 2000 for when it goes back in the same sign, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I-
That's kind of weird, you know. I'm like, maybe if we were in Pluto was in Pisces, what was it in? What's before Aquarius?
Capricorn?
Capricorn? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and then you start over with Aries.
Yeah. Jesus is a Pisces. Moving on. Next.
Oh, Spirit Airlines, amazing.
Down is not about people not. Y'all, Spirit Airlines shutting down is not
Shush.
about people not traveling. Spirit Airlines shutting down is about people not ascending. And I know that may sound crazy to you, but all I need for you to do is just follow me. Now,
I'm
a lot of
following.
people are not huge believers of what happened in the physical is also the same thing that's happening in the spiritual, right?
Okay,
It's above,
got
so
it.
below. So trust me when I tell you that.
What is she watching in the background?
Oh, yeah, I was noticing that too. I was
There
like,
is no
I have
coincidence
ADHD.
that this airline was shut down on the third day of the month after being in business for 33 years. Okay, 333. And it is also not a coincidence that when you are on a plane, you are not considered a customer. You are not considered a person. You are considered a soul. Right now, the collective consciousness is elevating and ascending at an astronomical level. And this is something that they cannot control because it puts them in a position where they are no longer able to control the narrative. So them shutting down Spirit Airlines in the physical is them shutting down your spirit in the spiritual, as above, so below. And a lot of people, like I said before, may not believe this, but everything is spiritual. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I know I probably already sound crazy to y'all on Beyonce's internet, but stay woke.
I like
Y'all,
her. So do you think it's because it's called Spirit Airlines?
Oh, 100%. And I mean, they shut down because capitalism.
Yeah. Okay, also, have you guys seen this shit about James Charles?
No.
No?
I mean, what
been
things about
In
James-
relation to Spirit Airlines.
Oh,
The
yes.
Spirit Airlines debacle.
Yeah, him.
He's like getting so many people unfollowing him on TikTok because he...
yeah, because didn't he like make fun of someone who was like
Mhm.
talking about how they were laid off
Yeah.
or lost their job, and then
Someone was laid. Well, okay. I guess lost their job because Spirit Airlines went into bankruptcy and a ton of people lost their jobs. She sent a like GoFundMe link to James Charles, to which he came on the internet and basically ridiculed her for that. It was very, very out of touch. And came back on. Apparently, he did an apology video that was also very condescending.
did he have a ukulele?
What do you mean? I haven't seen the apology video because he deleted it before I could watch it. What?
Do you not know about like the ukulele YouTuber
No.
apologies?
No.
Oh.
I feel like he's been canceled a bunch of times. Yes, he's also been accused of like
PDF file things.
minor things. But, you know, when you're that big, I guess it doesn't matter. Also, is there a show that he has where he like teaches people how to be influencers? If so, if you know what I'm talking about, can someone tell me what that show's called? Because I need drama in my life. What? Oh my god.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. A lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter.
Do you know who this is?
Yes.
Miranda sings. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true, though. Just as long as it's
I can't believe I've never seen this. I can't believe this is real. I mean, it was so serious.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Toxic gossip train.
You're welcome.
No, I saw this clip on TikTok because obviously James Charles is trending because everyone is unfollowing him. I unfollowed him, I guess. I don't know. I just like drama. I'm sorry, I'm that bitch. But I saw this clip on TikTok where James Charles has a like TV show where he's teaching people. Like he has like a competition and they have to make apology videos.
Who was there for Bye Sister?
What's that?
That's one of the other times James Charles has been canceled by people.
I'm not a James Charles fan.
I mean,
I'm just here for the drama, and it's all over my TikTok that everyone is unfollowing him because it's trendy. He lost like 7 million subscribers or something. He has 47. He had 47 million. Now he has like 40 million subscribers.
That's still a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't know if the videos that people are posting, because I haven't seen anything from him. It's just other people talking about it. I don't know if he's like upset about it, but I also saw Selena and Chris talk about, like, Call Me Chris talk about that situation too, about James Charles.
Oh, you know, it's no big deal. You know, sucking dick and cock. Oh my God. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Naturally.
Yeah, that's what this video is.
Oh my gosh.
It's Emily is not as in tune with the internet pop culture things and memes.
Yeah.
So last night I had the pleasure of telling her what Mpreg was. Do you know what the Omega verse is?
No.
You don't know what like Alpha Omega?
No. And the thing is, when this happens, Riker thinks I'm kidding, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you're kidding because
because I like to gaslight.
Yes, you like to gaslight.
Like,
so
you have to explain it to me. So that's usually how I know it's something like inappropriate, when you have that reaction. Because I try to gaslight you into explaining it. But there are times where I actually don't know.
I don't think I have the mental fortitude to introduce you to the Omegaverse today. But I will someday. Oh, wow. What a roller coaster we just went on.
But
I don't know where to go from here.
If anyone watches the replay and knows this James Charles show, Please let me know in the comments. I need to watch
You
it.
know who James Charles is, though, right?
James Charles?
Yeah.
Yes. He's the makeup dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I know who James Charles is. I'm just not a hyper super fan of his. I just see him in passing.
I mean, I've never been a fan of James Charles.
No.
However, he's a messy gay twink and
I
he's
know.
always involved in drama.
I know. I think that's what his actual brand is. It's not makeup. He's
like, I don't know. He's on the same level as JoJo Siwa for me, quite honestly.
I think he's worse than JoJo Siwa.
I mean, yes, but
yeah, he has the same big presence, I guess.
I need
I don't know. I
dream
love
guest on my
JoJo
podcast.
Siwa or Joelle. I think she might be going by Joelle now.
She's in her trad femme
That's what people are saying,
conservative
yes.
era.
Dude, I have a Snapchat thing that keeps saying that she's like pregnant, and all of the comments usually are like, does she know this?
Yeah, I've seen things that they bait, like Snapchat, like ads or whatever.
Instant influencer? I need to watch it. I'm sorry.
I will not watch that one. I draw the line at James Charles. All right.
I
James
need to know,
Charles,
like, okay.
Shane Dawson, all of that. No.
Do you know, like, Paris Hilton?
Yes.
She had a TV show. It was like Paris Hilton's BFF, like new BFF. I love shows like that. There were 2 seasons, and there was a second season because the first girl used her for fame. And it was amazing. I eat that shit up. It's so dramatic, and I just cannot help myself. It's like watching a car crash. I'm sorry.
This is truly my... Is it not going to work? Does it hate me? Hello? There we go. My favorite is just this. We love Emperor.
What the dog doing?
Anyways, blackouts are possessions. Let's go.
Did you know that lower vibrational energies and spirits actually hover above bars and places that people are drinking? And whenever the humans lose control of their bodies, they can actually jump into the humans and take their bodies for a joyride? Did you notice that when people black out, they don't remember? They might do things out of character. They might feel really bad the next day and detach.
That's why it's called blacking out.
This is the reason why people... Yeah, this is the reason why people think like someone having a seizure is someone being possessed, and they don't actually get the help they need because we don't understand like physiological issues in the body.
Oh, Lord.
From their body and their spirit. It's because their spirit actually left their body because they were so intoxicated.
Did it leave on Spirit Airlines?
That their spirit could no longer be there, and another spirit.
If this is true, I've been possessed before.
So when we black out, we're practically getting possessed.
I'm currently possessed.
You are going to go out, protect yourself, set an intention, anoint yourself with oils, make sure you drink. Don't drink too much, because once you get to that point of intoxication, then you are open for those spiritual.
Okay, so she's saying like blackout drunk?
We do not consent to that stuff.
Or like you faint, pass out.
Keep yourself in alignment with your highest good and pray before you go out. Love you.
Because maybe that's what she's talking about. The like, your vibrations are lower because you're drinking poison because you're gay.
Because you're gay.
Gay.
Because you're a dolphin.
Yeah, so blackout drunk or passing out? Because if it's passing out,
all of the above.
I've been possessed.
I think it's all of the above.
But I have never been blackout drunk before.
But so do you get possessed if you're like under anesthesia?
That would qualify, I would assume. But I'm like, also, are you possessed because like, and when you are blacked out, are you blacked out possessed, or does someone come into your body and that's why you wake up? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
And now
back to R.
Oh, most of these are going to be M's because I've not found many.
Yeah. I mean, we're still doing the ones from last time.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the things that I put in here, but
Dark magic.
Oh, but I only did a little bit.
Terry, that boy can't walk anymore because of you, bud.
Oh, that's what you're mad about?
Yeah, man, yes.
But that boy didn't even want to be able to walk.
That's an awful excuse, that the boy didn't want to walk.
Can I have my gnome bacon now?
No, bud, only good gnomes get their bacon. You know the rule.
Only gnomes who don't make people not
Make
be
people
able
not
to
be able
walk get their gnome bacon.
Thank you for remembering the rule, bud.
You're welcome.
Dude, I really don't want to punish you. I don't want to put you in the corner.
I like making people suffer.
That's bad, bud.
The world's not evil enough.
That's
The
so
world's not evil enough.
That's you, I think. I think you're. I think in this you are the gnome.
Why do you think I did that? Also, it's been distracting me. I think you need to realign that.
Oh yeah,
It's a little bit cut off.
Thank you. It's because I had to.
You had to change it for the other one.
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good.
a lie.
Where?
I mean, maybe not right in front of you.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
You're like evil, huh?
If I don't eat my gnome bacon, I'm not going to get my nutrients.
I'm sorry, bud, but
I
if
don't
I
get
go
my
through this
gnome
punishment,
bacon.
then none of the punishments mean anything, because you'll think you'll get out of them all.
I really don't even like you.
Hey, we don't mean that, do we?
No, but please let me eat the bacon.
Dude, you're not eating the bacon. Whoa, don't you do dark magic on me.
I also think this is
Harry,
you,
no.
Abe.
No, bad.
Yeah.
Do not
That's
do dark
you, eh?
magic. Hey, don't do dark
But if I
magic.
don't eat the bacon, I'm not going to
Evil.
You are 45 years old. Get in the corner for doing dark magic.
You're welcome.
Mood.
Mhm.
Where everything changed. And I asked a question
No,
that no
Fire Nation
hypnotherapist
attacked.
asks. Now, just go to the time and place that you most need to go to for your healing. I left it up to the subconscious mind to then decide. And then he starts explaining, I'm 27 years old and my client's 21. So I'm like, okay, well, he's projecting himself 6 years into the future. He's explaining a body type that wasn't quite his body type as well. And he said his name was Jeremy. I'm like, that's not his name. I'm like, he's really constructing a false identity here to really live out something, you know? So I'm going to go with it, right? This is new. So he's going through this life. Like, okay. He gets all the way to his deathbed and he's in hospital, right? And I said, okay, how old are you? He says, I'm 72 years old. And I'm like, okay, well, what's happening? He says, I'm dying of heart failure. I said, okay, you're aware that you're dying? He says, yes. I said, is anyone with you? He says, yeah, my wife, Susan, she's on my left. I said, okay. She's holding my hand. Okay. Do you have any children? He says, yes. Excellent, Chris. I love them dearly. No doubt in his voice. No hesitation. I'm like, okay, cool. He said, but they're not here. I said, okay. All right. Is there a date? And then he just waits about 5 seconds and he says, yeah, September 11, 1981.
Whoa.
And I'm like, 81? Backwards?
Yeah.
What happens next? And he goes, I've just died. I'm above my body and my wife Susan.
No.
And I was like,
she's crying.
No!
How
I said,
dare
okay.
you?
How did you get
do you
this in
notice?
here?
A ball of light. I said, a ball of light. And he's like, yeah, something like that. And he says, and there's this big grand light above me and it's drawing me in. And I'm like, okay, how does it feel? He says, it feels euphoric. I said, okay, if it feels right, continue on, see what happens next. And he passes into this light. Here's where it gets weird. His linguistic style shifts. So the way he constructs his language and his words changes. He's now speaking proverbially, meaning like very proper. I said, okay, so if you've just died, you're also born here in 1996. What happens in those 15 years?
Yeah.
And he says, nothing. We waited for this body. I said, we? This body says, yes, he will unite people. He was struggling with the fear of isolation in this life here, which he needs to overcome here. But he will unite people in this body. I said, if he, so who are you? And you know what he says? Kleinheid. I said, can you spell it? He says, Kleineheide. I still remember writing it down when he said it. And I said, where's that from? And he goes, it's ancient. You wouldn't understand.
Wow.
What do you think about that? Isn't that weird?
I don't know how I feel about it.
That's why I put it in here.
It's, I don't know. My issue with it is when it gets to the like, he's going to bring people together. It's very like chosen one main character-esque type thing. And it's, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it doesn't match my personal perception of past life regressions.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, I don't think the past life in and of itself is like not real. It's the other woo-woo things on top of that.
The
you
like
know?
egotistical side of stuff. But I just think it's interesting because I'm like, if we went through a past life regression and then started speaking like a different language, like an ancient, like Egyptian, maybe like a language, that would be fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like talking about how he started changing the way that he spoke. And I don't know, I think I put another one in here. It might not be in here. I don't remember. But they were like talking about doing something similar. And this person was speaking an ancient language. So it was, it's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Jada, I'm the main character type energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we've done past life regressions. I believe in past life regressions.
Yeah.
I typically have issue when people say that they've gotten past life regressions, and it's like I was this very like important person in history. I was this king.
I was incarnated as Jesus.
Or this, like,
yeah.
and I'm like, really? I don't know. It just, I feel like most of the time I hear about people's past lives that are like, they're grand, important, and like, not all of,
like, I was incarnate on the Titanic. So,
yeah. And not that those things can't happen. I just question like the frequency of it. Cause like, I know someone who claimed that like they, in their past life, they were like Oppenheimer, but also the one who like killed Abraham Lincoln and things. Like they were all of these like notable people who did bad things. And I'm like, I feel like you just have a lot of internalized things that you feel versus you being like, I don't know. It's never like, I feel like a lot of the like viral stories of past life regressions, they're never like normal people. And like, I don't know, like we've done several and I don't feel like any of ours, it's not like we were some famous like actor or politician or anything crazy. Like we were just people.
We were just people. Yeah, that's what Jada says too. The two I've done, my past lives were just normal people. Did you do like a hypnosis one? We haven't done a hypnosis one. And I want to know what it's like.
Yeah, I want to do one of the hypnosis ones.
Yeah, we need to find like a hypnotist that does it. But I feel like we need to find like, we need to like watch people do it and see which ones we're drawn to. Because I'm like, that would be really cool to like bring that into content and like see what happens. It'd be cool to have them do it with both of us too, because I feel like we share a lot of the same past lives. But I don't know. I want to like past life regression therapist person that like could make me speak a different language type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I agree.
I'm like, fucking make supernatural shit happen.
Yeah, Jay said they were guided meditations.
I took a client into a past life where they were an extraterrestrial, specifically a Pleiadian. So this person came to me and wanted to know more about their soul purpose and what work they should be doing. Okay, we go into hypnosis, and once they get to the past life, they start describing this really lush jungle-like place. And they heard specifically one of the first. And as they were examining this land, they said that there were spaceships up in the sky. So I asked them if they belonged on the spaceships or on the land, and they said that they came from the spaceships. As I had them look more at their body, they said they looked human, but not all the way, and that they were Pleiadian. They said the planet they were on was Earth, but that it was way, 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 way back in the past, like early civilization, like tribal kind of people. While she described these people as ancient, she said that they were advanced and that they had pyramids. She would actually go into the pyramids and teach these early humans about galactic civilizations. She was also teaching them spiritual practices to help them to learn more. And she made it very clear that she was not a god, but she said that there were other beings that were on Earth that enjoyed that kind of attention and weren't dismissing being a god.
So she's saying that she was talking to people from a different planet. She was on a different planet talking to people on Earth. Is that what she's saying?
No. The past life was a Pleiadian who was on Earth in ancient civilizations helping build the pyramids. And that's what I was going to say. Why is it always like the ancient aliens were here on Earth before humans were? They did all of this. And I'm like,
yeah,
why is it always the aliens are here and there's alien human breeding programs?
Yeah, why aren't they on their planet?
Like, and it's always, they look human, but they're not. And I'm like, then how would you know? I don't know. I just, I just hate the like alien shit. Cause again, it always is like, we built the pyramids. We did this. And I'm like, aliens did not build the pyramids.
No.
Egyptians did. Why are you, I don't know. I've never been able to get on board with like this type of alien talk. It just is so, it's just bullshit to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I also feel like this person had a lot of information about the Pleiadians going into this type of reading because it is very stereotypical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like, it has the vibes of the Avatar movies, like the blue people Avatar movies.
It's very like stereotypical. This is what people say it's supposed to be like.
And my thought too is if aliens existed on Earth in all of these ancient times and taught people things, how did not a single shred of it make it to the present day for us to know about?
Yeah.
Because historically there would be some way for things to survive.
Well, yeah.
Even if something gets completely destroyed, there are still people who have knowledge. Like, you would have to wipe out the entire Earth and everything and start over. And then what is...
Well, why did they stop talking to us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
know that the answer is, well, they're still around. They look like us. They're hiding. They're shapeshifters. That's probably the answer. But I'm also like, I don't believe that, really.
You know what they really are? Lizards. I don't get how we're at now with them being with us in the past. Yeah, I'm like, like, it just, logically, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because even if they're, I don't know, like, the Library of Alexandria, is that the one I'm thinking of?
What is that?
It was like let me make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Yes. So it was in Egypt and it was like the largest library and like they had a bunch of information and it was burned and all of the contents of the library were lost.
Interesting.
But there, like, some knowledge still survived because people knew the knowledge. So even if it was something like this where we lost everything, there would still be something that tied back that we could see. There's like hieroglyphs and cave drawings of like ancient times, the first beings doing things, and we have evidence of that. Why is there no evidence of aliens existing or breeding with humans and all of this? I don't
exactly.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you say that the pyramids were built by aliens, then what about skyscrapers? Like, is that built by aliens too? Did we just, you know what I mean? It's just so weird to me. And like, this story just seems too stereotypically perfect, number one. But number two, why is your life as an alien, your main purpose is to like focus on human civilization on a planet that is so far away from you?
Well, and there's always an air of superiority of these aliens are more advanced, they're smarter, they know more, and they're like helping the humans. They're never just like, you know what? We are actually from a planet that is exactly like Earth. super far away, and we are indistinguishable from humans on this planet, and we just ended up here somehow, and
yeah,
now we're here. Like it's not
why.
It's always like Starseed shit.
Yeah, Starseed shit.
I hate how slanted this floor is.
Our basement floor is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Trump
pulled
Towers.
this because immediately she said Pleiadians.
Yeah,
Trump Towers was built by aliens, confirmed.
So I asked if the people worshiping these god figures were more of the men, and she said yes. She said the men were more likely to worship these otherworldly beings, and that specifically the chiefs were doing the worshiping, which meant that everybody under the chiefs were following their lead. I asked how long she stayed on Earth, and she said she would stay for a month or two at a time and check in and keep up with teaching people, and she said that they were doing a really good job.
so she just like, as an alien, had a day job where she just popped into Earth every once in a while to teach them things, but the men were the ones who were worshiping the gods and the women weren't.
Worshipping her as a god, but she didn't think that she was a god.
Yeah. And that's, again, this is, and we're conveniently, sorry, I'm reading Alex's comment. We're conveniently in line with Aryan beauty standards. Literally exactly. I'm like,
yeah,
that's where the like white supremacist undertones come in.
Yeah.
And people get really mad when you talk about it.
Which is so weird to me because I'm like, it's kind of obvious when you say things like, the Egyptians did not build the pyramids. Because literally the second I heard someone say that to me, I was like, oh my God.
Even the language of like the chiefs and everything, I'm like, they're talking. There's a lot of language that is used that is like very oppressive of like, I don't know.
Derogatory.
Yeah, and making it seem like, it's the people we were teaching how to be civilized were people of color. Like that's the vibe it gets. And so I'm like,
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're doing this shit.
And I just truly, out of all the spirituality stuff, the like star seeds and this shit is the stuff that really grinds my gears. Like, because I feel like other things, I'm more like, I can understand why you have that belief system and things. Like, I can see the logic of it, like spirit guides, past life. Like,
this is more problematic.
Yeah, this is woo-woo.
Systemic issues.
This is how
that
I
is
feel.
the best fucking button. It's hoopla.
We have so many buttons.
Oh, amazing.
She kept up with doing these check-ins and continuing to educate the people for about a year, and then she was told.
Sorry, Alex saying the elite hyper-intelligent aliens are never black or brown. And also, they're never like ugly aliens. Like they're always like these beautiful, like magnificent beings. And I'm like,
yeah,
why? Like, I don't know. If someone was like, I was an alien who looked like Marcus the Worm, I'd be like, I believe you. Because why would you want that? Like,
yeah. Well, I'm also like thinking like maybe they look humanistic because we can't imagine something outside of our own reality.
Yeah. So it's just the same stereotypes over and over again. And it's just so dumb.
That was all that they could give them, and they needed to back off and just let things happen however they were going to happen. As time went on, I asked what she was doing, and she said she was monitoring Earth, and she was getting really sad and worried because she was really hoping matriarchy would take over, but patriarchy did, and there was no way for them to interfere. I asked her to get...
that's the Lilith stuff that you're talking about.
This is the like weird,
the toxic matriarch stuff. Okay,
there were a lot of people in like some of our shorts and comments after the Lilith podcast that were, I don't think, quite understanding what I was saying.
Yeah,
because this is also like the weird, like, if you've read Bell Hooks ever, it's the white feminism type of thing of like the matriarchy, like, and I'm like,
yeah, it goes into a lot of like why people work with Lilith, the like dark feminine, like taking back your power type stuff. But it honestly goes into the idea of feminism just being empowering women, but feminism is equal rights, period.
But also like this, like, because if you guys don't know of like white feminism, it is like a very specific type of feminism in the initial like feminist movement, like way back in the day, where white women were advocating for their rights, so to improve only the lives of white women, and then they were still acting as oppressors to Black and brown, like to BIPOC people. So like it's that same,
I get
that is the vibe that is problematic, because like I am all for criticizing the patriarchy and the socialist, like the systems that we have in society today, like very critical of it. I am all for like critiquing these things and dismantling the patriarchy. However, if you are doing it in an era of where you are still oppressing another group of individuals, because like this isn't advocating for like, I don't know. This is why like spirituality and conspirituality is how a lot of women are led down the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah.
It is this.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because it goes into like the concept of like people not wanting to be like feminist, be like a man not wanting to be like a feminist, because it is literally like a patriarchy flipped over just to favor women, to like remove rights from men and give them to women. But that's not what it should be. It literally should just be equal rights for everyone involved. So I understand what you were talking about, because in the podcast that we talked about with Lilith, you were like, it's like the love and light bullshit, but like in the divine feminine era. But it's literally the toxic matriarchy type stuff. Like you watched a video about like pink pill stuff.
Yeah, it's the pink pilling
versus like red. It's red pill.
Red pill.
Red pill's the masculine version. Then pink pill is for the feminine version.
Yeah, red and black pilling. If you know about the manosphere at all, it's like it stems from the Matrix thing of which pill you take and you're like know the truth, and it's a lot of like incel white supremacist shit that is pushed. I recently just learned about pink pilling, and it is the like feminine version of red pill, black pill, and it is like this would be lumped in with a lot of the like pink pill type thing, especially in spirituality. Bad to the bone. People keep treating feminism like it applies the same to everyone, but our culture and identity change everything. Yeah, a lot of people. Intersectionality is something that people do not understand. Also, Jada, let me pull up I can link the pink pilling video.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what we're talking about. But it's like, I think there's a documentary. Is it on Netflix? The like manosphere type stuff?
Yes,
that's
it is
like
on
red pill stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you look at manosphere, that's that, but then there's like a feminine version of it. But yeah, it literally comes from like an internalized pull towards toxic things that we have been raised with, of like someone needs to be in power, someone needs to like oppress people or keep people in line or control people. It's just internalized that.
Yeah.
That's why matriarchy, patriarchy, same thing. We just are conditioned to think that that's needed. So that's why a lot of it seems like more feminine presenting
Very
aspects
excited to get
flip that way.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. That's what you're talking about. I get it now.
Yes. So yeah, pink pilling is the process of women being radicalized to far right, anti-feminist, or white supremacist movements via online subcultures and content. And I would say this video has some of those undertones. And I'm not saying that this creator in and of herself is like pushing it per se, but it has, because the video that I linked that talks about it, they talk about how unlike the manosphere and like the red pill and black pill shit, the pink pilling is a lot more subtle and hidden, so you don't notice it as much. And spiritual, in that video they don't talk about the spiritual side of it, but that is what I've been critical of in like the spiritual movements, because a lot of this type of spirituality is kind of targeted towards like women or like feminine presenting people. And a lot of it leads into the like trad wife, other conservative like topics and ideas. So this is like because a lot of people took what I was saying in our Lilith podcast about like the like dark feminine type love and light things as like, I don't know, being annoyed that men were being erased from spaces, and that wasn't what I was getting at all. I
honestly think that's how this stuff like gets away, like how people get away with it. Because women are oppressed, so how could they oppress other people? And it's no, you can still do it.
And like we were talking about before with the like Aryan beauty standards and a lot of the things, a lot of the talk, even though it's not explicitly said, still does put down people of color. And I know that there will be people of color that are like, well, or I've even heard people say with starseeds, like, well, you can be black and be a starseed. And I'm like, yeah, you can be black and still participate and be a supporter of white supremacy.
Yeah, you can still have internalized racism.
Yeah,
in
like
that same regard.
Look at Candace Owens. Like I could like look at Kash Patel, director of the FBI. Like he is, you know, and yes, as Alex said, if feminism only includes white women, it is still oppressive. And it's this kind of like white feminism that is toxic. And I encourage you guys to look up Bell Hooks and read any of her talks about intersectionality. I read it in my gender studies class in college. She's fantastic. But people only look at things from like one facet. So they're like, oh, well, if a white woman is talking about feminism and she's a woman, well, then like that's everyone. And it's like, well, there are still actions that she like, for instance, using M and I am a person of color. M is a white woman. While yes, we are both perceived as women, M has more privilege because of the color of her skin. It's stupid, but that is how it works. So M, like that's the whole difference.
Yeah, but there's also this bullshit that people don't think that there's a difference anymore.
Yeah, because class consciousness also is a big thing.
It's how the like society was put up, you know, is how it like it is hard to remove the internalized like social culture of things. So yes, racism still exists. The oppression that you were experiencing within feminism still is there. That's why people are like, it's not just women within feminism that receive rights. Everyone needs equal rights. That is what needs to happen. But people are trained on control. That also goes into the love and light stuff. They're trying to control you to be happy and not be a problem.
Yeah.
Control.
But also, even with the love and light, a lot of the like negative aspects that people talk about of being like negative or mean or bitchy, things like that, a lot of those are traits that are used especially against Black women. The angry Black woman trope. So those inherent like concepts and like ideas are toxic because they still are oppressing people.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter. It's still just oppressive.
It's internalized, ingrained into our culture. So it is hard for people to like recognize that that's happening because they're like, oh no, we're supporting a group of people that are being oppressed. So they still flip it and still have the control oppression aspect. And that makes more sense. And it makes sense of why this is also associated to Lilith, because Lilith is not that.
Yeah.
It should not be treated as like toxic matriarchy, but that is like so like what people treat her as, is like the man needs to have whatever done to them. No, they just equal rights, no control.
Yeah, so I don't know. I could go on and on about this stuff, but
I mean, we could do a whole podcast on that shit, because
I mean, that's kind of what the next one we were wanting to do. We were wanting to talk about the political leaning of the paranormal and even spiritual, because
it's interesting.
A lot of people in side tangent. I've seen a lot of people and by a lot, I've seen a couple people in the paranormal community and like debunking community that have recently gone publicly and like shit on Hassan Piker. And let me be clear. I'm not here being like defending Hassan. He's his own person. However, the way that they have talked about things, they're kind of showing their cards that they are more conservative MAGA leaning, and it's
Hassan Piker is a left-leaning political content creator, like a political streamer.
Yeah, if you've watched any news network within the last few months, you have probably heard
Everybody
about him.
likes to hate on him.
Everyone is talking about him right now. But yes, he is a leftist content, like political commentator. But there, I don't know. I've had pet peeves about the people in the paranormal who have yelled, being like, politics and this shit doesn't matter in the paranormal. It's just paranormal. There's nothing. And I'm like, you're still the same people who are pushing conservative lines of thinking. And so,
well, there's a lot of like conservative ideas that are pushed into spirituality and the paranormal. So that's why we're going to talk about it, because we're like, it's a lot more conservative, right leaning than we like thought or perceived. So we're going to talk stuff about that.
Yeah.
In our next podcast. Not this week's. This week we did mediumship
ethics of mediums.
When we record again, we'll do that.
I don't agree with Hassan on everything, but him being made into the boogeyman is hilarious to me.
Well, they're just making comments about things that are not true, and I don't like. If you're gonna hate Hassan, hate him on like things that he actually believes
on
in.
His actual politics.
Yeah, they're like making fun of him because he has blue hair type shit. I'm like, he doesn't have blue hair. Like he's anti-Semitic. No, he's not. Like, make comments about things he's actually doing and saying. Okay, and tangent.
That was a long a stun lock we did there.
Watching Earth up until the year of 2026 and tell me what was happening. And she said that they went to a plan B.
Yeah, she's like whispering.
And while her Pleiadian body was in hibernation, she was transmitting her consciousness to the body of the person that I was doing a session with. She said her purpose was to come and share her energy to help throw off the bad and negative energy, and that she's supposed to bring peace and calmness. She said her energy is like a beacon infecting those around her with positivity, and that she came to build a new foundation on Earth.
Love and light.
When I prompted and asked specifically what kind of work she came to do, the message came through that it doesn't matter, that being here fulfills what she needs to do. Though she was given the hint that the medical field might be something that would be rewarding for her. She was told that instead of focusing on work or finances, to focus on abundance. That if she fully embraced abundance, then doors would unlock for her. She was told that she needs to remove her limitations by being present in the moment and just allowing things to flow and be as they are. I then guided her to a significant moment as a Pleiadian, and she was taken to this moment being back on her home planet. And she noticed that she was surrounded by all these different kinds of beings and that they were all in harmony, and identified that sense of harmony that she came from, that she's able to bring that to Earth and share it with other people. The moment she was looking at specifically was a sort of graduation where she was picked for an...
My question is, if it's bringing harmony and bringing people together, why is the concept of Pleiadians and all of this still so like separationist and like us versus them? Because like I always expect these people to talk about how, like, you know, to me, as if you're a higher dimensional being with all this understanding, you wouldn't talk about things in a we're a superior race. It'd be we're all connected, we're all one, we're all source. Like, who I am does not matter. It is the whole of things, not like.
Well, it's also interesting because the more we watch these, the more I see like patterns because the tism really tisms. But I have also seen a lot of the weird stuff about abundance talk of it's not money. You have to search for abundance. That's why you're not making money, because you're not living in the frequency of abundance.
But at the same time, they say to stay like present and grounded. And I'm like, being present and grounded would be fighting capitalism.
Yeah.
Like, because listen, I would love to not have to think about money. Truly would love it. However, that is not an option because we live in a hyper-capitalist society where everything is a commodity.
Yeah. Well, there's just, I don't know, I just keep thinking back at that one TikTok I saw a really long time ago of like the girl being like, if manifestation is real, then explain the Holocaust. What are you going to do if you're like in a concentration camp? I think you living in abundance is not going to do shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it's not just you.
I said, I think I need to quit my job so I can focus more on my abundance. I should tell that to my now old boss. Like, I quit to focus on abundance.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I don't need
you're
money.
not the
I
only
need
one.
abundance. I'm like, most people think that abundance is money, which is funny. I don't know. I just,
there's a lot of things. This one's a lot more than I thought. You know what I mean?
It's good. It's good. I'm able, seeing this, I'm able to be like, this is what I was talking about of what I don't like about
and
spirituality.
I would say this is like a very normal explanation of it.
Yeah.
Of like these types of concepts versus like the very loud ones that we've been showing you. This is more like how it subtly gets into the niche.
Yeah. And that's why people, I don't know, I feel like that's why when I called it out, people were like, no, you're wrong. It's not that. And I'm like, it's more subtle. Because especially in this current administration, we're so used to things being so loud and in your face of like manosphere, Trump, all of that this in and of itself, if you aren't keyed in to what is an issue, you probably wouldn't look at it and think there's anything problematic with it. And again, this is no like hate or shade to this creator in and of herself. Like, I am not saying that she is.
We're criticizing the concepts that she's been fed from the spiritual niche in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because like if you go into this space and not know anything about like starseeds and stuff like that, because I did that, and people would come into my like chat and be like, do you know anything about the Lemurians or the like Atlanteans? And I'm like, no, what's that? And until I met Riker was like, you know that's like from like toxic things. And I was like, oh no, I can see how that relates. Ignore what just happened.
Falling off of her chair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why I also like.
Yeah. Isn't that how people get into cults?
Yes.
The subtleties.
Yeah. But
that's how toxic relationships happen.
A lot of the spiritual creators the few that I do follow online are the people who talk about spirituality in this way, in a more like, not this way, but in the way we're talking about, of talking about the biases and like issues with it, to being like, you can still consume said content, but you have, but like it is
be educated about.
Yeah, being educated allows you to discern more of like intents, and it can make it so you don't fall into like alt-right pipelines and things like that. Because I've had so many people, when talking especially about starseeds, be so confused when I tell them like that the concept in and of itself is problematic.
Yeah.
And I always try to tell them, like, I'm not saying because you believe in it are inherently problematic. I don't think you are like this like white supremacist racist, but that's how they get
That's how they get you in there. It's literally cult shit.
Yeah. So me talking about it isn't to like shit on people. It's just to better equip people to
It's like-
seeing where the toxicness is of it.
It's opening your eyes up to being in a toxic space.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get into toxic spaces, is not having that like knowledge or like discernment with it. So it's literally just us educating you on this is where this comes from. Just be wary of it, you know.
Expedition because she was extremely qualified. And this expedition was going to Earth. And she pointed out that she had minimal human experiences, and she was actually a little nervous to come into a human body. But she knew that she could come and help educate and teach the people here. When I asked specifically what soul contract she has in this lifetime, she was told to be a voice for others. At the very end, I asked what message her Pleiadian self had for her, and she said, "You can do it, you're doing great, and you should be proud." I took a client into a past.
That was a juicy one. I think we talked longer than the video was.
Definitely.
That's how you know it's a good one.
That's how Mormons get people.
I don't like the contract concept. Yeah. I think people
have the wrong idea about it.
Yeah. Or at least it doesn't match our personal concept of a soul contract.
Yeah, because I have a huge problem with people saying that, like, you have a contract and you absolutely have to do it. You're meant to do this. Because, again, it goes into toxic things of, like, you're meant to, like, end your life if that is what happened to you. Like,
we should have talked
you're
about,
meant to
we
die.
should have
I
mentioned
know.
that in the ethics podcast.
There's so many things that, like, pisses me off within the spiritual niche. But yeah, there are people that are like, this is your soul contract. You do everything in your soul contract. It's like, you are fated to do this. That's problematic. You have free will. You have the ability to make choices, and it doesn't mean that you're off contract and have to come back because you fucked up. It's not how it works.
I'm Nancy Ryans. I'm a near-death experiencer. I started off my adult life really as a scientist. I was a geologist and an archaeologist for a long, long time. Also a science writer. I would say that I was a complete atheist by that point. Really didn't believe in anything spiritual, anything religious. But at the time I was in my mid-40s, a lot of stuff in my life had changed and I was unhappy. Maybe it was just that time of life where I might have been a little bit more open to what might be going on in the world around us that we don't see. But I was becoming really dissatisfied with being an atheist. I was terrified of the subject of death. Didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to have anything to do with it. It scared me. So the accident itself happened in January of 2014. About 2 months before that, I kept having this feeling that something was about to shift in my life. And I don't know why or where that was coming from. I don't know why I was hearing that at the time. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just going to get a new job. And in December, which would have been about a month before the accident, I started having very unusual dreams, really powerful. Never experienced anything like this before. I started dreaming of just being swarmed by flocks of butterflies. It seemed like thousands of butterflies around me. But I just kind of filed it away in the back of my brain and let it go. But I kept having the dreams for the next
I didn't tell you about my dream last night, did I?
No.
3 weeks up until the time of the accident. So the accident happened on January 3rd of 2014, and I was out riding a bike. It was dry, there was no snow anywhere. So I decided just to do some errands around town, but had a feeling I really should just not do this today. There was almost like that little voice that said, just put your bike away, go back in your house, and just chill. But my brain overrode that, and I just decided, well, I need to do these errands, so I'm just going to go out.
Hey,
So I just started riding, and about a half a mile from my house, so I hadn't gone very far, I entered a roundabout or a traffic circle that had just been installed. So at that time, you know, a lot of people who were driving cars didn't know how to navigate these things. And the way that that one was designed, it really narrowed down a lot. So there was really nowhere for me as a cyclist to really get out of the way. So I just took the whole lane, which is what we're supposed to do. And I noticed there was a road that
Bye,
was coming
Becky.
in kind of
You
from
have a
my
good
right hand
one.
side. And I noticed two vehicles kind of coming in this way. And they were supposed to stop. You know, I saw that they looked like they were slowing down. So I kept biking. But that first vehicle, as she came up to where I was in the circle, I noticed at the last minute that she wasn't slowing down. She actually seemed to me to be accelerating a little bit. And that freaked me out because I had nowhere to go. There was a man in a car that was behind me, and I thought, well, if I slam on my own brakes, he's going to hit me. But she was coming in at such a speed that I didn't know if I could avoid a collision. It turns out I couldn't. She ran right through it and hit me on my right side with her SUV. It was like a Chevy Tahoe, a very large SUV. And I could feel the impact like right here on my rib cage. And somehow it did some kind of a flip from my bike to the hood of her vehicle. I was grabbing onto the hood as much as I could, staring at her as she's driving. She didn't see me. And what I saw when I looked in through the windshield at her, she was texting. She had her hands on the steering wheel, but the phone right up on top, looking at the phone. And
she didn't hear you hit the car?
The phone while she was trying to drive.
Wow.
And she just kept going.
The
I tried
commitment, my guy.
desperately to hang on to something on the hood of her vehicle, and I couldn't. I fell off the front and hit the pavement with my left side, and my shoulder hit first.
I don't know
and
that
then
there's anything left
my
in
rib
this,
cage
but
and my hip. You
I
know,
don't think
could
it goes
hear
into her,
something
like,
pop in my shoulder.
Doesn't seem like
Found
it.
out later.
But
I
holy
think there's
shit.
like so many other parts. The reason why I put that in there because there's a lot of different things that I've learned from Riker about near-death experiences of what the like similarities between the experiences are. But I think the butterfly thing is interesting because I'm like, do you think that's like her interpretation of going back into spirit of like a collective of a lot of things coming together?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking, and I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. She just was talking about like dreams, and I was like, huh. I had a weird dream last night.
Yeah?
I don't think I told you about it.
You didn't? Yeah. I guess you won't hear about it until later.
I can tell you about it.
Okay.
We were in California at my mom's house, but it wasn't my mom's house. It was a different house. I don't know. But we were like cleaning things out, and there was like a huge antique like thing that had all of these drawers that we were cleaning out, and one of them was like a stack of books, or like not books but like documents, papers that was probably like this big, and like it was like, I don't know, it was like a bunch of weird like documents, but every one was like about a different person and different things. So it was like death certificates, birth certificates, like all this crazy stuff. But then there was another thing where we found in it like this, I don't know, this like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that belonged to like a kid, and was able to track down that it was like the people who lived there in the past prior. So I like found the woman, searched her up, and called her and was like, hey, like, I am Riker. Is this so-and-so? And did you used to live at this house previously? And she was like, I didn't know this person at all. And she was like, who are you? How do you know this? And I was like, well, I found something that I think is yours, and I wanted to see if you wanted it before we threw it away, because it seemed like sentimental. And I told her like what it was, and it had something to do with like a kid she had that had passed or something.
Oh my god!
And so we brought it to her. I don't know. It was just weird. It was just like I don't know if it has anything. It was just one of those like weird dreams where I was like
crazy vivid and like,
yeah.
What am I seeing?
Because since I started my new meds, I've just been having like weird dreams. It hasn't been anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I don't remember them half of the time.
Got you.
But this was the first one where I was like, wow, I remember this.
Wow.
But it's weird.
Yeah.
It was just like it was one of
told
those
you about my dream.
weird surreal dreams.
Makes sense.
There's no like tie to anything we're talking
Got
about.
you.
Right now. That's why I wasn't saying it right
because
away.
you were talking about she was having some crazy dreams. Like, did I tell you about my dream last night?
Yeah, it wasn't. It doesn't have anything to do with this.
I got you.
It's a completely separate thing. But
interesting though.
Hi, Kristen.
What's
I
up?
didn't know that part of me existed at that time, but it was
You
very
can skip
calm.
this
One of the first people I started doing readings on was Selena Gomez.
Okay.
And I have seen.
Is she here anymore?
So it's complicated. She is hosting an interdimensional parasite within her body, but anything.
Does Selena Gomez know this?
Let's see. Does it say it in the comments? No. Selena watching this. I'm what?
The spiritual realm, in order for it to get into the physical realm, needs a human host. Sometimes it could use like an animal, like a dog. Like you see a lot of like skinwalkers will use dogs, but most of the time they need a human.
Like, what is it? Is it like a demon? Is it like...
bingo?
What I see in Selena is a little bit more rare. There's an interdimensional being in her. It's a parasite, and this thing has, I would say, about 90% taken over her. From what I can see as a psychic, obviously. But the amount of consciousness that she has left is very slim. I don't think she's all there in her head.
That's rude.
I don't think she's acting, because the thing is that this interdimensional parasite does everything it can to mimik a human being. But
not
they're
well,
not
I
that
guess.
Smart.
I'm sorry, this comment's funny. Rare, as in rare beauty. That's her beauty line. Selena Gomez's beauty line. But also, like, Selena Gomez has lupus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
So ableist comments, more ableist comments of like being blackout. You're possessed.
And listen, growing up, I was absolutely a Selena Gomez girly. Through and through.
I love Selena Gomez. She's so sweet.
Loved Wizards of Waverly Place. I had the CDs. That era of Disney, peak.
Love.
Peak.
And that's why you see like the glitches and everything like that. One of the first people I started doing readings on was Selena Gomez.
You're welcome. What do you think?
The ethics of mediumship.
It's crazy how many people believe the Selena conspiracy.
We need like, you watched Mythbusters, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the busted thing.
Yeah.
We need like an unethical button to push,
right?
For when people, because I'm like, why are we telling people that celebrities have parasites? Especially, there's such low-hanging fruit. RFK Jr. is right there. He literally had a parasite in his brain.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Yeah, I watched the first that, and then I was like, how did this show up on my feed?
Lord.
You ever been really shocked by a reading, or do you kind of know for the most part beforehand what the
I
results?
was shocked when I read Princess Diana.
It needs to show on screen like no, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like I can hit a button on my stream deck that will just put a like unethical stamp right over it because like
right,
what the fuck?
That's the
Really?
same girl. Yeah, she had a rainbow aura. That was like the first I've ever seen.
Whoa, that's rare, right?
Yeah.
So she had a bit of everything.
Yeah, and I felt like she had a lot of fairy in her. Like she had some type of past life as a fairy.
Interesting. Are fairies still around?
Yes, but they live on a different like elemental sphere.
Got it. Did they used to be more
His hair
commingled
pisses
with
me
us
off, I'm
back in the day?
There is some folklore back in Scotland, and I totally forgot the name of this treaty they had or whatever. But basically, it was that a fairy turned into a human, and she had a baby with somebody. I think he was like a duke or something. And the last thing that she left behind was this blanket, and the blanket had fairy magic on it. And I think it's somewhere in Scotland they have it framed up.
Whoa.
So yeah, possibly.
I want to check that out. I'm half Irish, so I was always curious with fairies and leprechauns and all that stuff, you know.
I believe it. I just
sounds
think
so
they live on a
uninterested.
different
I'm
stress
sorry.
level than we're
Yeah,
at.
I definitely believe it too. I believe in Bigfoot.
I believe that
You
too, of
Yeah,
course.
people
People
are
have
gonna-
seen him go into caves.
Really?
There's videos, yeah.
Wow. You ever been?
The comments
How
are
do curses
interesting.
work?
Like,
thing
I have a
is-
rainbow aura, and then there's pictures of people with the like aura picture. They're like, got one. Check.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay.
Magic is a tool, right? You can give a machete to a toddler, but if
You
you give a
shouldn't.
machete to a toddler, the toddlers can't lift that shit. It's not going to do
What
any
do you have?
damage. If you give a
A
machete
knife!
to like a fully
No!
trained like military vet, might fuck you up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the deal with magic. These like younger people who are newer to their practice and they're like, I'm going to put a hex on you. Like maybe, okay, and they could just get really lucky and that hex hits really hard. But because most of them are not trained and they haven't worked really hard, they haven't studied, they haven't practiced, the likelihood that they're gonna throw something at you that's really gonna hit, pretty slim.
Yeah.
But if you're someone who has trained, if you've learned how to do it properly, if you've also just trained your magical muscles over, many years, decades even, then you're gonna be able to throw a curse or a hex that maybe has some weight. The downside of doing that kind of work is it's very energetically expensive. All magic is energetically expensive. Cursing particularly moves a lot of energy through the body. It's heavy work. You're dealing with negativity. You're dealing with oftentimes
Say that to
more
the
nefarious
curse jar in
spirits.
the bedroom.
It's not
The
very
several
nice
curse
to pull that
jars in
through
our
your body.
house.
So that's why,
We have
for
a Lilo
most
and Stitch
people,
curse jar
they're
now.
not gonna be out here throwing curses
put naughty children in the
willy-nilly.
curse
Like
jar
I
and
have
shake them
not.
up.
I'm not gonna say I've never cursed anyone. That would be untrue. But I've not done that many.
We're gonna get to that.
I've not done that many because it's costly. I have other shit I want to do with my time. For the most part, if someone does wrong by me, I'm like, well, you're a sucky person, and I hope you have the life you deserve.
We also have several people in our freezer.
There's so many people in our. I've done more curses and hexes on people than I've done spells. Like, I think the only normal spells that I have two. One is a prosperity spell, and one is a broken heart spell. The rest are curses. Do you hear the mice?
Yeah.
There's mice in our ceiling.
I'm scared.
Instead of hexing someone, try this spell
love
to
him.
reveal the ugly truth of who they are. Because who said a little self-reflection never hurt anyone? Okay, so you need a mirror and something black to write with. I'm using eyeliner. You could use a Sharpie if you wanted. Somebody asked for this
It might
spell,
also be
and I
cats,
couldn't
since
find
I
the
don't-
comment. I thought I
couldn't
saved
hear
it,
clear
so
enough.
I don't hear it anymore.
whoever you are, this spell is for you. Draw this sigil onto the mirror and write in that little triangle space there, write their initials or write their full name. And then we're going to break out the almighty powerful Uno reverse card. Uno,
Why I
she
love
better
them.
don't. If you have a picture of the person, you could definitely use that. And we're going
Teaching
to be
you
using two
witchcraft,
stones.
one
One
video
of
at a
them
time.
is pyrite. Pyrite can be used to expose someone, and the other is tiger's eye, which can be used to reveal the ugly truth. I mean, that's a deadly combo if you ask me. This Christmas, my whole family is getting pyrite and tiger's eye. And then just place a candle on top. I'm using a red candle because it needed to be used. You can use whatever candle you want. If you want to incorporate color magic, I would go with a black or white candle for this spell. Instead of hexing someone, try...
I wanted to know, how do your spaceships work? How do you get
This
here
is the
from
alien
star to
shit.
star?
Oh,
How
yeah.
does that work? The download took
Yes.
a second. It took me 3 hours to write it out. But he explained how they do it. It has to do with vibrational resonance. It has to do with the idea that time and space are illusions and that everything actually exists here at once. But from a physical point of view, that means that everything you consider to be a location has a specific signature frequency to it. So if they can surround their ship, let's say, isolate their ship with some kind of a force field that takes them out of any particular reality.
This is in Lou Elizondo's book also. He talks about
And
this,
they
yeah.
can impose a frequency of a different location. I wanted to...
That's interesting. What is the? Let me think.
I watched this podcast. Yeah, Bashar is interesting. So, observation theory. Yeah, because I'm like, the things that he says are not like out there in my opinion. They are out there, but like they make sense.
Trying to find oh yeah, so it's the observer effect. That's what I was.
Quantum mechanics, quantum physics.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I was like thinking of the right thing.
Yeah.
So scientists found when studying certain things, like certain particles would only behave a certain way when they were observing them. And so it was right in that instant. So if you had like a green ball and a blue ball and you separate them, but you don't know what color they are, and then you look at one, the other one automatically would be the other color, even if you're not observing it. So like
that goes into the light. There's like light experiments of like where the light was going in. Like they had like two like lanes of where the light was being shot through, but it like switched.
Yeah, the double slit experiment. Yeah.
I don't know. The stuff that like Bashar talks about breaks my brain a little bit, because I'm like, in my opinion, technically he wouldn't be necessarily wrong about that. It's just the theoretical ability to change your frequency to actually be able to go to those locations. Because I'm like, if you think about it, like take water, for example. If water is in like a lake or whatever, it can change its frequency by evaporating and go into the sky. Or like you take oil and water, the frequency is different, so the oil goes up to the top. So I'm like, if you had the ability to change the like resonance frequency of your body, would that happen throughout space as well?
Yeah. And if you guys aren't familiar with like this experiment, so you're on a race. So like if this is a wall, for instance, and you have like particles traveling this way, when you're not observing them, they act like waves. However, when you observe them, they act more like solids going through. This is a very crude and simplified example because I am not a scientist.
Right. And this is theoretical, like hard to understand thing.
But so what he was talking about made me think of that. And I would say like I haven't watched a lot of this guy's stuff in the past. But I would say the way what he was describing is more in line of based on like some of the like reading and stuff I've done and what Spirit has told me about things, more in line of how I think it would work.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, because that goes into how we like talked about Loki and how we talked about quantum jumping in the video that we did on Smoke and Mirrors, which I could probably find and link for you. So if people are watching this in the replay, they can go and check it out. But we literally talk about in that like specific video about how if you watch the Loki series, they talk about he has a hard time being able to like stay in the same place because he is doing like time shifting or whatever. But the way that he like figures out how to like stay in the same place is by the resonance of the people that he like cares about. So it kind of goes into that kind of concept of like, if you are able to pick out a certain frequency and able to change your frequency to that, it would allow you to then be able to like go to that frequency. So it would be literally like, if you are water evaporating, you would go into the sky, that type of thing. Or like oil being put into water or being shaken up, it's still going to go back to the frequency where it's supposed to be. So if you think about space like water, it's going to like change or like move certain things into the right place based on its frequency. So if you had the theoretical ability to change the frequency of a spaceship, you could do the same thing and move it. So it's just interesting because it literally, like you said, goes into like quantum theories and whatnot.
So it was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
This one gets a like from me.
Yeah.
Do you know who
he,
made
like,
the pyramids?
Blows my mind.
Oh God, not who made the pyramids.
This is the girl that does weird astral projection stuff into the intergalactic space or whatever.
Yeah, I did. So they were engineered by extraterrestrials, mostly by the Anunnaki from what I saw. There was a couple of different beings around at that time, and they used, how do I say this? Like gravitational technology. Like they were able to essentially like levitate things and then also cut large stones with technology that they didn't have to lift a finger, essentially. They had the technology to do all of that. It's quantum technology, and we'll get there eventually.
Do you know who made the pyramids?
We already talked about this stuff, and I'm not gonna say anything. You guys know how I feel about it.
Yeah, there's actual like.
We know how they made them. It's not a secret. But I feel like, honestly, and not to like shit on this girl, but like, I'm like, are people like, do people just not understand? Like, can they not fathom how people made things? Like,
don't they teach you that in school? I was taught in school how they like did it with like hydro whatever with like water and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it also.
I never questioned that they could or not.
But also, I'm like, I'm sorry. If aliens and people came to help build the pyramids and all they could do was stack blocks on top of each other, I don't think they're that advanced. I'm sorry.
True.
Why did they not build anything? But also, you don't see like people saying, there probably are people who say this, but it's not as widely talked about, at least that I've seen. People saying that like aliens built all of these like cathedrals or other things. It's only,
that's what I'm saying.
It's only
the pyramids.
Or even like the Aztecs and stuff.
Right.
It's only the brown people.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It grinds my gears so much.
Even after you physically die, you still have a choice to not go on into spirit, but to pick up your physical life where you left off and continue. You do not have to physically die until you want to. This immediately, of course, in many of you brings up the question, well, if you can always come back, then why didn't so-and-so come back? Because they were done. Because they made a choice to go on. But you are always given a choice to actually continue the life that you just died in. You may or may not choose to remember that that's what happened. Those that might choose to remember or experience some idea that something different is going on may remember it as some kind of a continuity glitch or a dream about dying and then suddenly waking up and going, well,
how deep?
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
After,
but
it was basically over.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the comments. I just didn't go over it enough. I don't know. I don't like that whole thing.
Well, what do you think that's a thing? Because I know there are people that go through near-death experiences that say that they were given a choice to go back or not. So like, I don't know that it's a choice because like there still are natural physical limitations if your body is 110 years old.
I think if it was a choice, then why aren't people living forever?
Yeah.
I don't think death is a choice. And some of the comments, like this person is like, what? I don't believe my dad wouldn't want to come back or my husband. Like it's the same vibe that you're talking about of like soul contracts. Like, well, like it was in their contract to end their own life or things like that. I'm like, I don't know. My opinion is that unfortunately sometimes like bad things happen and there isn't avoiding it.
Yeah, I think it's a natural consequence. A lot of people, like, same thing with the contract stuff of like people say that I chose my parents. I chose to be in this life. I chose to reincarnate. I think that's a human way of like understanding it, but I think the universe chose it. It just naturally happened. It's like the frequency thing that we were talking about in the last one, because like this is how spirit explained like incarnating to me is like when you are learning things, it changes your frequency. So it determines that frequency determines where you incarnate. So yes, you are technically making choices to lead you down those paths, but your frequency is the thing that's naturalistically putting you in those situations. It's not necessarily a choice, it's just naturally happening because that's the rules of the universe.
Yeah, and I don't agree with this, but I understand why people would feel that way because, again, to me, it's just a way to make sense of death.
Yeah.
Because it is a very, like, difficult thing to, like, grief is very hard to deal with, and people have always had, like, feelings and opinions, and, like, death is a universal thing everything experiences.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's this isn't as problematic to me, but I don't necessarily.
Well, it's like what your mom's saying, and like I feel like that would be insensitive to parents who lose a child to be like, well, your kid chose not to stay with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
'Cause
I don't know.
it's just interesting because I can see it being controversial because I know there are stories of people with near-death experiences where spirit asks if they want to go back, and they usually say yes because they don't want to leave their loved ones. That is usually the story that I see online.
It still feels to me like in those instances, though, there's like, because that is a very talked about thing. But also I question if that is part of the like subconscious
understanding
processing
what's happening.
of death and coming, like,
That's
dying and
interesting,
coming
yeah.
back.
Because
Because
I think that's where this idea is coming from, is like people
Yeah.
going into near-death experiences and saying that coming out of it.
yeah, because like that is a very widely recorded thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've never had a near-death experience like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would react or like how I would feel having to process the fact that I died, but I'm still living. Like, it's
right.
Because death is such a final thing, near-death experiences are hard to like wrap your head around. So I wonder how much of it is the human subconscious like processing the information.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
not to say that like it's
Well,
so, like,
it also goes into the concepts of like what people think about when you experience near-death experiences like this. Because a lot of people think you just go into another parallel where you didn't die, which is something that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what he is alluding to of, well, you died, but you do have the choice to come back in a different life, you know? So you've actually experienced a lot of like deaths, and there's like this belief that you are always following the most relevant like parallel. So like your consciousness is glued to the parallel that's the most prominent. So if you die in another one, you're just incarnate in this other parallel where you didn't die.
I don't know.
I think there are rules
I think
to the universe, like unwritten rules.
Yeah, and I feel like also trying to understand it is just
humans.
Yeah, because like
Humanity.
I don't know, the concept of like dying and coming back, like that's some zombie shit,
Right? Because I'm on near-death experience TikTok. There's so many people that have those that are like, I was dead for 30 minutes or I was dead for an hour, and I'm like, how do you have a brain now?
Yeah.
How is your brain okay from not breathing for 30 minutes? Yeah.
Because, like, I do believe that, like, consciousness exists after death. Because, like, spirit and stuff like that. So, like, I do believe in that. But I don't know. In doing my research of things, for there's one of the books I haven't read all of it, but I've read like part of it. It's Understanding Death. We'll put it in the links below after stream for those of you who are watching things back. But they talk about like what death is like clinically, because for a long time it was when your bodily functions stop. However, there's like life support and things that can keep your body, what's that one? You can keep your like bodily functions going off of machines, but you're not like conscious or theirs necessarily. So like, that's why brain death became a term. So there's a debate people debate what classifies as death even.
Right.
Because you could experience, like, you could be, I don't know, you can be on life support and still be alive, but are you really living? It's like a whole thing. So
yeah, because that goes into the concepts of souls and what that is and consciousness and
yeah. So
no, that's interesting. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, so it's also like, I think this also is what classifies as death. Because there are always exceptions to things, especially now with modern medicine.
Yeah.
So what's up, Jeremy? So, there's always exceptions to those things. But even like back in the day, the like dead bell stuff,
yes,
they would
watch
make
sure they're dead.
Yeah. In case they accidentally buried someone
who's alive,
they would have a bell, so they could ring a bell to let people know that they were actually still alive.
Yeah,
so it's always been kind of a weird thing that people just don't know how to.
Sometimes you
make sense
don't
of.
know, because like you're talking about the dead bell type thing. The same podcast with the woman from Breaking Bad?
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Sorry. Big Bang Theory. She was interviewing someone with a near-death experience, and he like mentioned that he like started talking about this, and someone approached him and was like, I woke up during my like autopsy. Like while I was like open on the table during my autopsy.
Terrifying.
Right? And it's like
people
like sometimes you don't know. Sometimes your vitals are so low that you don't know you're really alive. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not a doctor, but it is weird.
Yeah, so it's depending on how you classify death also would like depending on what you classify death as would also, I feel like, determine how you perceive this,
right?
Like what he's saying about like avoiding death, you know?
Okay.
So like,
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an interesting topic because that's like something that's going around like the spiritual niche too of like weird death things. Yeah.
Have you heard J Dream's reading of a Reddit read of Illuminati Ascension of Densities? No. I have not.
How did ancient Egyptians move those blocks to be able to construct that pyramid?
In some of the later pyramids, when some of the knowledge was lost, they used the idea of engineering knowledge of leverage and levers and cranes and so on and so forth, as has been surmised by many of your archaeologists. However, the oldest ones were done with a mix of technologies, including the idea of some levitation, through sonic means, acoustic means. Some of the idea also of softening the rock and pushing them into place and letting them re-harden again, almost like a casting. And some of the idea of certain kinds of electromagnetic technologies, but that came much earlier and was eventually lost.
It's always interesting to me too when people talk about like ancient Egypt and the pyramids, how like separated they treat it from like actual ancient Egypt like culture and things. Like, why is it always like aliens and extraterrestrials? Why isn't it like the deities, like the ancient Egyptian deities, like helped them build it?
Oh, there's concepts like that too, or
But
demons.
I feel like it's always I mostly just see aliens.
I mostly see aliens or demons. I don't think I've saw deities, so maybe you're fucking right.
You know what really grinds my gears? Hold on.
Yeah, we need a button from Family Guy saying you really know what grinds my gears. We're looking it up on our button machine. But this one is more interesting because at least it wasn't like aliens are doing it. It's just maybe there's more to it than just that, but there could be a lot of methods to move the rocks. I don't fucking know. At least he like didn't fully be like it was aliens. Trying to find this button. The search system isn't as high tech as it should be. Dude, we definitely should have looked up like Family Guy ones. Peter, the horse is here.
That one. Also.
Butt scratcher! Here's your butt
Butt
scratcher!
scratcher.
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
Hmm.
Butt scratcher!
This is a very long one. I'm glad you could be involved in us looking at buttons for our button machine.
I'll have to find it later.
But bird is the word. But bird is the word. You don't have to add that one. I just can't. I looked at it and now it'll be there forever. Anyways.
No psychic ever predicts the future. There are an infinite number of probable reality futures. A psychic is picking up on the idea of the vibration that is strongest at the moment the prediction is made in the present. A psychic is reading the present more fully, not the future.
I believe that.
But if that energy doesn't change, the prediction comes to
I've been
pass.
saying this for a long time that no tarot reader or a psychic reader can actually predict your future. You have to understand that when tarot readers or psychic readers, they're only tapping into your strongest timeline that you're currently projecting onto this 3D reality. And you have to understand that you always projecting onto this 3D reality a certain image or a trajectory of your path that's literally currently in your vibration, your current vibration, your thoughts, your limiting beliefs, your traumas. There's literally a vortex of energy around you at all times, and it's like a magnet keeps attracting everything that resonates with it. You have to understand that psychologists use metaphorical cards when they work with people. Tarot readers use tarot cards, numerologists use their numerology charts, and psychic readers actually use their vision to simply read the current energy that you're projecting. These are simply tools and nothing more. They only read the current circumstances and the current situation, and
Yeah, I
they
agree
do
with
not.
that. I don't think that you can actually predict the future because also, like we've talked about so many times, free will exists. So I can be like, oh, you're going to have a child, and like you're going to get married to a man with brown hair, and you're going to have a child, and you could literally be like, I'm choosing to only date women.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there was a period of my life where anytime I got a reading, they were like, your relationship's going to end. Your relationship's going to end. Your relationship's going to end. And I'm like, oh my God. And I remember asking a medium, like, do you think this is a fixed point? Like, do I have a choice? And they made me feel like I didn't have a choice. It was just going to happen. Like, he was going to break up with me or whatever. And then I started talking to, like, I don't know if it was a parallel self or a future past life thing. I don't know. I talked to like another part of my consciousness through another medium, and they basically told me like, you have free will and you have the ability to make these choices for yourself. So this is why I believe like the future, like a psychic cannot tell you what your future is. They can just look at your present tense energy and basically like see where you're projecting or going. So it's kind of like if you put a ball at the top of the stairs, most likely the ball is going to fall down the stairs. That's the interpretation that we're making. But at the same time, I also had a couple mediums talk about they talk about like the 3 gifts that they have, like, and not all psychics have the 3 gifts, which is past, present, and future. I don't fully like understand this, but I've heard this before of like, you need to make sure that when you're like booking or reading with a medium or a psychic or whatever, that they have the gift that you're looking for. So like some psychics are really good at reading like past or like present things that are happening in like your current reality. And then there are some psychics that are able to view future things, and they're really good at predicting future things. And I think it was you have to have all 3 in order to be a medium. So you could talk to like past relatives and they can give you information about things about the person presently, who also can give you things about future stuff, and that gives you the ability to talk to spirit. But I don't think you are reading the past or the future. You're reading a ball of energy that is what she's saying, projecting into a path. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they have developed a technology where they have
Sorry, there's so much
allowed
Bashar stuff.
the soul ability in non-physical reality to actually manifest in physical reality.
Very cool.
Yeah, because the way they travel from star to star, as he's explained it, is not by traveling through space.
It might be the same as that
Yes,
other
they
one.
can go slower when they just go a short distance.
Yeah, I think
and use electric or electromagnetic or
Yeah, we can go really Yeah, Hades. Chaotic with that. Is that what it's like? I feel like it, because we just did another prosperity spell and put Hades on that one instead of Richard. It seems to be going better.
I lost my wallet and then found a $20 bill while looking for my wallet.
Ooh.
Found my wallet. Got job offers.
Yeah. Hades. Which is interesting. I don't understand why Hades is like that. Like prosperity.
Well, a lot of people view Hades as just like death things.
Yeah.
But especially when you get into like the Roman equivalent of Pluto, a lot of it also talks about him being like riches from the ground. So like gem, like
got you.
Yeah, like
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's why
it definitely is. There's a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing a spell with him versus Richard.
Yeah, so I always work with Hades on prosperity, like money type things, because he has not let me down.
That's true.
Yet.
That's true.
Things are really stressful.
Don't worry. Once we're in 5D, the aliens will come and save us.
Okay.
We're all meant to wake up now. It won't be long.
Sounds a little bit like the Left Behind series.
No, these are aliens, beyond our understanding.
Yeah, but the concept of something higher than us just coming down and saving us, that's not new.
5D will fix all of this, and everything will make sense.
I personally think 5D is about mental health.
No, it's being connected with our higher selves.
Then why incarnate to experience humanity in the fullest if it's just for us to be them here?
Humanity.
Another good point, especially with the alien shit. then why are you in a human body? Why are you even or projecting into a human body? If you're this higher species, why would you need to be in a human body? And then why can you not prove that you have a non-human body?
But she's like, I don't know, the concept of like, maybe it's a mental health problem. That would be why these things exist, because we are acting outside of a character of our like species as human beings. Like society does not support our well-being because it separates us. Human beings are social creatures, but we are doing the exact opposite of that, when in actuality we just want to feel connected to each other. So pipelines like this happen of like, I feel like I'm not understood, I must be an alien.
The top comment that is showing is can't stand this Pleiadian and Starseed cult. They are the most creepy cult alive.
It's true.
His frequency was low until now.
So the higher self had thousands of years of inability, even as they actively participated in reincarnation.
There was an alien war, but that's being fixed now.
Yeah, what about our wars? Our lives? Innocent people? What about them?
That's what happens.
Heartless.
My mind is aligned with higher things.
And I'm here, acknowledging that I'm alive, calling my representatives, marching for human rights, donating to warming shelters and food banks. What are you doing?
Meditating. I'm preparing for collection.
And I'm actually making change. No one is coming to save us.
This-
We have to save us.
That is literally my biggest problem with so much of it. Is I'm like, what are you actually doing to fix it? Like, have we learned nothing about everyone saying that the world was gonna end and rapture was coming? It keeps not happening. Why can't we just make living conditions better for everyone?
Yeah, but it's like, if I eat salad and I stay in the love and light vibe, I will ascend to the 5D, when in actuality, the way to raise your vibration should be that, like advocating and like changing it so people aren't oppressed. You know what I mean?
Is a demon?
So it comes from the Greek. They imagine, well, there's people, and then at the top there's gods, and you had Greek philosophers like Plato who would say there's an ultimate god. Okay. Right. And then in the middle there are these things called daimones, and the daimones, they're between gods and people, right? They're like little gods. They're like fairies or something like that, and they would be associated with particular locations, and they were not necessarily evil, but you had to kind of respect them. So they could hurt you if you upset them, if you pee in some lake, right? The spirit of that lake might not like that, might punish you. And Socrates said, well, the reason I'm so smart is I have this daimonian, I have this little daemon, and that's where it gives me my ideas, right? So a psychologist doesn't know. So the ancients were like, it's the spirits. They gave it to you. So then Christianity comes along. Christianity says, well, all the gods that these pagans pray to, it's not that they don't exist, they exist, but they're fallen angels, and they're tricking people into worshiping them because they enjoy the animal sacrifice. So then the daimones, the little spirits, those all come to be interpreted as demons as well.
What is a demon?
It's not quite how those philosophers talked about their demons. It's not quite accurate. It was less like in between gods. At least my understanding of it is doesn't match with that, but
As Earth goes back to the fifth dimension because we're on the
also. How do you want to go for like another 10 minutes?
Sure, 9:30.
I'm just beat.
I'm down.
So we'll watch a few more and then
we'll have to add more to this though. So
yeah.
just so you know, we're like running low.
Then people will see spirits a lot more. Earth was on the fifth dimension. It fell down because it got colder, and the dimensions are set.
Wasn't Plato's demon more like a guide advisor? Yeah, it was less like
a god.
Yeah, it was less of a like divine being type thing and more like higher self advisor consciousness type thing.
Like a part of them.
Yeah, let me
I can give them an affiliate link. Oh, you have one up there. Never mind. You got it.
Do I have one up here?
At the top. Get link.
Oh.
Yellow button.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a curly fry, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. Just write that it's an affiliate link. Because legally. Here's the book that talks about the daemon and how it was seen back in the day, you know.
Yeah, so this book kind of talks about it, and the way that this author talks about it is somewhat aligned with, I think, what a lot of people describe as their like higher self, astral self, Akashic records type thing. But the concept of there being like dual consciousness within you, so like there is a you who is what you would describe as like I, me, and then there is a second part of you that knows more things, and in this book he refers to it as the daemon.
Yeah, so it's kind of like your higher self, like you were saying.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a higher self that is more of like a neutral like party that has seen and like lived your life and knows certain choices and things. Knows like what will like where you should be going, because their higher self, they have the full picture. So they can at times tell you to like skirt around it. Like to make certain decisions and do certain things. Less of like in a spirit guide way, as like we usually talk about spirit guides, and it's more of a higher self way. And in that he talks about several different cultures and religions that have those types of concepts, and he talks about like ancient Greece.
It's cool.
And that, so I like that. I feel so knowledgeable lately. I'm like, wow, I have all of these books.
That's what we're hoping getting into deep dives will do, honestly.
It is nice, though, to be able to, like, know more things.
And give you guys references of, like, go look at this, and sharing knowledge. Education.
Yeah, and, like, I don't agree with, like, everything that is said in that book that I linked.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you have to agree with everything an author says, especially when it comes to spiritual things. It's kind of up to you to decide what you vibe with. But overall, I like this author, Anthony Peake.
I do too.
He does a good job at showing like both sides of things, in my opinion. But yeah, this also talks about near-death experiences, deja vu, stuff like dreams, things like that. Because there are, I think I've talked about it in one of the last live streams that we did about people having dreams and getting answers to things that they like had no idea. That came from this book as well. So
Got you.
I'm not done reading it, but what I've read so far is interesting.
Separated by heat, or going back up, there's way more spirits on the 4th and 5th realms, so we'll start to see them again. As Earth goes back to the 5th dimension because we're on the 3rd and we're going back up, then people will see spirits a lot more. Earth was on the 5th dimension, it fell down because it got colder, and the dimensions are separated by heat. Or going back up, there's way more spirits on the 4th and 5th realms.
So we just need to get really hot, and then we can go to the 4th and the 5th.
Is that why we're always lately being like, oh my gosh, it's so hot?
Dude, I thought it was a heat wave.
Humans are a very ancient race of extraterrestrials, but Earth humans are a very young species of extraterrestrials. So all the stories you hear in ancient texts about other beings creating humans or labeling them as gods creating humans, this is based off of a truth of extraterrestrials playing a role in creating humans. People are going to be surprised when they see a lot of human-looking extraterrestrials, and it's because human DNA does not originate here on Earth, but it was brought here. So this human body is very young, even though many of you are souls, ancient souls.
Do these people not believe in evolution?
I went to Catholic school, and one of my religion teachers did not believe in evolution. What is that? The creationist. Yeah, she basically believed that the concept of evolution was fed into the like creation story. So like God created birds, she equates that to being dinosaurs.
Humans don't, or not humans, Mormons don't believe in dinosaurs at all.
Which I think is so interesting. Yeah.
Holes in this young human body. But humans in themselves are very ancient, and they're spread out not just across the galaxy, but across the universe. I remember an insectoid told me one time that humans are like a disease because they could adapt to any climate, any planet, anywhere, and they could learn
not
how
prepared for
to
that.
be adaptable to any circumstances. So they're basically everywhere around the galaxy. And this is really cool because he explained it like it was a disease, but then other beings, they're like, yo, this is the humans' power. This is what make humans so amazing. They're the natives of the Milky Way, meaning that they were created in the Milky Way to be sort of the indigenous beings of the Milky Way galaxy. Earth is a library planet, so all the insects, animals, plants, everything you see here, there is an advanced version of it in the stars. And a lot of these movies and shows you're watching are really just the truth in plain sight. That's really all it is. So don't be surprised when you guys see human-looking ETs coming here and they're way more advanced and way more ancient, way more knowledgeable and wise and conscious. We are them and they are us. And you're going to hear that a lot from these beings is, you know, we are you and you are us. They're going to treat us like their children, their siblings, their cousins because we are. And of course, many of them see Earth as home as well because this planet...
Mom, are you an alien and you never told me? Like,
why do you say that?
Because he was like, they're going to treat us like...
Thousands of different planets in the galaxy. This is a library planet. So much DNA across the galaxy is kept here. And it's okay if this information is not received now. It's not necessarily meant to be received now because I bet you by the time this video is watched by millions of people, it's going to be after disclosure when everybody sees this information as real and they're looking for this information.
It's always disclosure of just wait for disclosure day when everything comes to light.
Yeah.
And then it's always nothing.
I think it's interesting that he's talking about different sects of these, I guess, extraterrestrial, like the lizard people. I didn't know there was insect people, but it makes, I don't know, learning more about things I know nothing about.
Lizard.
It's interesting because I'm like, well, that's just more things that like humans interpret. We can't imagine a species outside of earthly things, so that would make sense of why we're mixing these two to be alien type things, because we can't imagine something unearthly. But I don't know, it's just interesting.
I don't know, it's just very confusing to me that
see you, Brendan,
somehow like humans are like the natives but also the colonizers and things. It's just very weird to me. But I think that's a good one to stop on.
Yeah, you should
I'm gonna
go back to the thing.
I'm going to after where
yeah. Gotta remember to do that. I'm just like, yeah. I know.
But thanks for hanging out. It was a fun woo-woo Wednesday. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We should be back next week.
And if you guys want to submit any videos, make sure to join members. So you can join YouTube members or you can join Patreon members, Lilith or higher, and you'll be able to submit anything that you guys find. It can be TikTok, Instagram, it can be on YouTube. Whatever you like to find, show us, let us know, and we'll have a mod put it into our little secret section. So that we can be fully surprised and not like
those were some good ones, Jada.
You get our full reaction.
I hope you guys also loved the rants about feminism, white feminism.
Well, she just mentioned it. All the comments on that one too were like talking about the new era of the matriarchy, and I was like, oh, that's the dark feminine love and light bullshit that you're talking about. It's toxic, like feminism.
Yeah, it's always like down with the men who are in control.
Yeah,
and instead we are gonna be in control. And I'm like, you're missing the point.
That's the same thing, but you want the crown. That's still a problem.
And listen, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. Women. However,
yeah, but that's not. I don't know. And my concept of feminism is equal rights. Not just women's rights.
I believe women.
I believe women.
Anyways.
So we'll see you guys next week. We're still planning on doing a podcast on Sunday, so you'll get that. I just gotta edit it. That's the next thing that's gonna come your way. It's gonna be on mediumship ethics. And we are planning on doing WooWoo Wednesday next week. So we'll see you guys then.
Bye-bye.
Bye. The most efficient shape.